Good evening, everyone, and welcome to University of Newcastle Industry and Employability Awards for 2017. So celebrating the work-ready excellence of UON students and the contribution of the UON staff and industry partners in enhancing graduate employability is the focus of these awards. The awards are an opportunity to recognise students and staff who have demonstrated outstanding performance in development of employability skills, and our industry and employer partners who provide a broad range of real-world opportunities for our UON students. It's fantastic that I think both sides are so inspired. The students are inspired by the workplaces they go into, but also the employers and industry folk are so inspired back by the students that come to work with them. I think that's fantastic. So the opportunity to take part in meaningful experiential learning, entrepreneurial activities and activities to increase students' employability skills is continually being expanded across the university. It is vital for the future of our students going out into that globally connected world to have the right sorts of experiences and opportunities. And that's really going to be a key part of our new education framework as we move forward, that we can really concentrate on providing that grounding that all of our students need to have. So I'd like to acknowledge our industry representatives here tonight, representatives from the Varley Group, Hunter Business Chamber, Newcastle Airport, New South Wales Police, Regional Development Australia, Central Coast Local Health District and Intersective. So UON is grateful to all of our industry partners across the university for their ongoing contributions to the professional preparation of our students past and present, and growing and strengthening the region in which our campuses are located. And I think Newcastle is very lucky to have its campuses in these different regions, but also to then be working with the wide groups of industry and other employers, and really for the benefit, as I say, of our students, but all of our communities. So before the formalities of the evening commence with a short address by Vice-Chancellor and President Professor McMillen, I'd like to thank our selection committee for the hard work that they've put into coming up with the winners of the awards that we're going to present this evening. And that selection committee had Professor Liz Bird, the Pro-Vice-Chancellor of Learning and Teaching, the Academic Registrar, Gail White, Siobhan Curran, Innovation Hub Operations Manager, and especially the external representative of the committee, Bob Hawes, CEO of the Hunter Business Chamber, for their work in selecting, as I say, these successful recipients tonight. So let's get on the way by welcoming Professor McMillen to say a few words to start the proceedings.
Professor Evans, our new Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic, doing great work with our new education framework, within which employability and engagement with employers through academic programs is very much a central piece. I too would wish to acknowledge that we meet on the land of the Hamzah clan of the Owaka people, and I too pay my respects to elders both past and present. Lovely to be here, sun is shining, we can feel Christmas is in the air. We're getting to that point of the year where celebrations are the order of the day and of the evening, and this is a real celebration. I particularly extend a warm welcome to Mr. Bob Hawes, of course, CEO of the Hunter Business Chamber, who was on the selection committee. It must have been a tough job, and by the number of clerks we can see the workload was high. Thank you very much. The Hunter Business Chamber, of course, just recently this year awarded its President's Award to the University of Newcastle for our engagement with the city and region, and we were just delighted to have that recognition. It is on the back of decades of work, building programs such as the one we're about to celebrate tonight, but in particular it was wonderful to be in a room of 600 business people, from small to medium-sized enterprises to very large companies. And to hear the citation, no doubt, about the university was just a moment of great pride. So the university's commitment to being an absolute partner in its region, so that together we can navigate some of the necessarily sometimes volatile or difficult environment as we move across economic and social transitions that are not only in Australia but in our own region. And tonight it is great to be welcoming our students, our staff and family members, pretty quietly proud, because this is an opportunity to recognise achievement and commitment to engaging in activities directly related to employability. Our New Futures strategic plan is very clear that we have that clear aspiration that our graduates, our University of Newcastle graduates, will be distinctive. They will carry their own graduate identity. They will be recognised by their ability in the workplace to engage, to take roles within the workplace, and to have career success. We have aspirations for our graduates to be global citizens, entrepreneurs, leaders, wherever their career aspirations take them, and we support them to get there. If you've been keeping track of the Business Council of Australia's communiques recently, you will see that across Australia we are having the discussion of whether coming to a university provides that additional benefit of being successful in gaining a job and developing your career. And while there's a lot of commentary in the media, what it is quite clear is statistics show that currently in Australia, 80% of bachelor's graduates, 80% will have a job within that first year of employment, and that job is the beginning of a career. Our graduates are not only job ready, they are career ready. And in a very tough job market, which we know we are in, you are better off to be a graduate than not to be a graduate. And so as we celebrate tonight the awards, we are hoping that we will give you, our students and when you're graduates, that opportunity to have on your resume an acknowledgement of your participation in the workforce and your industry experience and a recognition of your employability, so that we build you to be those graduates who make a difference. Now, I think equally we are all aware that there is a changing landscape in the future workforce, and preparing for that future workforce with some of the uncertainty that the change in more traditional roles brings to new roles, particularly as we see the world of automation, the world of a whole suite of knowledge-based industries, creative skills required, problem-based learning skills, the ability to take leaderships early and develop as a leader. These are challenges. They are no longer the traditional entry points and exit points in careers some 20 or 30 years later. So with an eye to the future, we have to, both within our classrooms, within lecture theatres, with our online programs and engagement, with our experiential learning, and with our experience provided for our students in the workforce, begin to equip our graduates, whether they're in professions, whether they are studying the degrees about which they are passionate and are uncertain about where their career lies. We do have to equip them for that future world of work. And tonight, when you read through the achievements and the environments within which our award winners have engaged, you can see indeed through the lens of this awards booklet the way in which that workforce is changing, and we are preparing our students as graduates. I think the criticality for many employers, including those who are all here and ourselves as university employer, is really having our graduates placed in the workforce when they have come through their degree program, clearly with a knowledge base and a technical skill base, but the ability to engage in teams to solve some of the complex real-world problems that don't neatly present themselves, who can offer mentorship to those who they are within the workforce, and being at that bit of creative thinking in the team as we look at innovation from the inside of businesses out, being some of the ways in which businesses move towards being competitive in the future. I think the recent launch of our 376 Innovation Hub just on Hunter Street, and for those of you who have not walked in, please feel free to do so, it's a hub which is to jumpstart business ideas, both for members of our community, our staff, and of course our students. And again, in that engagement, we're seeing our students lead the challenge of engaging in entrepreneurship, and indeed companies being launched based on their activity. So providing that entrepreneurial graduate, that emerging leader, but also someone engaged as a global citizen, either through their study or taking the opportunities provided through the university to engage with work experiences and industry experiences beyond the shores. But we can't do any of this without partners. And we are sincerely grateful and thank all of those employers tonight and representatives of organisations who have generously engaged with us together who've recognised the importance of harnessing our local talent, the talent that we see every day in our university, and who are taking such a sincere interest in the future of our students and our communities. Some are alumni and are seeking to give back in that time to the institution, and some are not, and see this as being part of a community leadership, and also an opportunity to meet some of the brightest and best potential employees. So I'd like to thank our industry leaders in the room for helping us connect and be part of the connection between our university and our business and industry sector. So before I hand across to Professor Evans for the key part of tonight, where we have a glass of bubbles and celebrate the awards and hear more of the awardees, for me, looking through the booklet was just, and always is, impressive. The breadth of experience, the amount of commitment shown by the employers and by the students. This has been on top of full study. This has been on top of the full pressures of a student's life to earn income, to stay afloat, to study. And so reasonably, we recognise going above and beyond. And in that way, you shape yourselves as one of those emerging leaders. The opportunities we know is a product of a lot of hard work. And I'd like to congratulate our staff members who are also nominated for awards this year, who have taken time to really shape those experiences for students and teams of students, keeping in mind an outstanding learning experience, and for committing to the futures of their students and graduates. So, on a wonderful evening, with an air of celebration, a lot of great plaques to make sure we capture against the backdrop, so that for years ahead, when we invite our students as distinguished alumni to give graduate addresses in the Great Hall, you will remember that it all started here. So thank you.
The award recipients highlight achievements from across our university. The judges were particularly impressed with the strength of nominations. So to our first award of the evening, if I can ask the Vice-Chancellor also to be up here. So there were joint winners for the On-Campus Employee of the Year award. This award recognises outstanding work undertaken by a student employed on campus, including jobs on campus. So in no particular order, the first recipient of the Student on Campus Employee of the Year award is Bachelor of Medicine student Masagos Hamzah. So Hamzah is an enthusiastic residential mentor who strives to provide the best care for his residents. Hamzah goes beyond the job requirements as evident by his coordination of events such as Hot Pot Night and art show performances. Congratulations. So to the second recipient of the Student on Campus Employee of the Year, it's Masters of Professional Accounting and Masters of Business Administration student Samson, Owaka. Dr. Cooper, Samson has held a variety of jobs on campus, including Campus Life Assistant, Orientation Assistant, and Student Support Officer and Library Rover. In these roles, Samson has played a key role in enhancing the student experience of all the UON Sydney students. So the University of Newcastle has had a long and proud history of work integrated learning, or WIL as it's known, and the WIL Student of the Year Award is for outstanding achievement in a WIL course that is part of their studies. And so the WIL Student of the Year recipient for 2017 is Bachelor of Arts student Peter Langton. Yay! Nominated by Dr. Anne Hardy, Peter has made a significant contribution whilst on his WIL practicum in the GLAMEX Living Histories Laboratory in 2017. While developing professional skills, Peter was able to apply his discipline knowledge and the Bachelor of Arts, his particular interest in classics, to create the project Emeritus Professor Ronald Godfrey Tanner and Collected Papers. We also have a highly commended WIL Student of the Year, and that is Bachelor of Business and Innovation Entrepreneurship student Alexander Austin. Alex cannot be here tonight. He is currently undertaking another UON WIL course, this time in India. We'll give him that excuse for not arriving here this evening. However, his award will be accepted by his workplace supervisor from the Varley group, N.S.W. So Alex was nominated because he has embraced WIL, delivering project outcomes for Hunter United Credit Union, New South Wales Health Pathology, Varley Group and Hunter Netting, 4 different WIL courses that he's undertaken. Within one of his WIL courses, Alex spent 100 hours with the Varley Group researching tools and products that could generate efficiencies and productivity gains for human resources. And we will hear a little bit more about Alex's WIL experience at Varley shortly in this evening. The Student Entrepreneur of the Year recognises the importance of entrepreneurship in the future of work and celebrates the entrepreneurial spirit of UON students. This award embraces technological, social and creative innovation and celebrates students who are embracing entrepreneurial pathways to get their ideas to market. There are again joint winners of the Student Entrepreneur of the Year Award. And so again, in no particular order, the first recipient of the Student Entrepreneur of the Year Award 2017 is Doctor of Philosophy candidate in the School of Engineering, Josh Kesby. Nominated by Mickey Pinkerton, Josh has developed a diffuser which nearly doubles the efficiency of small wind turbines. In 2017, he was successfully selected to participate in the CSIRO's on-prime pre-accelerator to test the market viability of his invention. Since then, Josh has entered and was placed second in 2 different UON pitch fests and has just submitted an application to develop his idea into a scalable business via CSIRO's On Accelerate. So the second recipient of the Student Entrepreneur of the Year Award for 2017 is Bachelor of Information Technology student James Rabbitt. Nominated by Siobhan Curran, James has established 2 businesses while undertaking his degree. The first, Best Park, was co-founded with 2 fellow students and is a software application that provides real-time parking availability information to users. Yes, very popular. The university will be the first purchaser, I can tell you. And is in beta testing at selected car parks at Honeysuckle and at the Callaghan campus. The second business, called Broader Learning, provides high-quality experiential co-curricular learning in coding for primary age school children. Please join me in congratulating them. So that brings us to the end of the first set of awards, and that's with our students, but I think it's time to actually just congratulate all of those that have won an award. So while highly commended Will Student of the Year student Alexander Austin was on placement at the Varley Group, Varley created a video to highlight the benefits of the Will experience. So therefore we thank Varley most sincerely for their support of the university and our students, and Alex for allowing us to share their video this evening. So let's take a look.
Started placement in July this year as part of a brand new industry placement course that the university is offering. It's the first time we've done it. Over the course of this placement, they're basically looking to integrate me with every function of HR and some real valuable work experience. I was placed with N.S.W. in HR primarily during my placement at Varley. However, I did have the opportunity to work with other divisions as well, so I got to liaise with a number of employees of Defence and Aerospace, and also particularly I got to do some work with business development, work health and safety, and also work with the IT team as well. I think it's the idea of getting that kind of commercial work value at my placement at Varley. So I find that in university to be very theory-based, and I know that students are yearning for the opportunity to get the kind of work experience in a day-to-day role. Where I was placed with Jen in the HR department, I really value the end-to-end process management of creating frameworks and human resource software for the company. So it's very much in a beta stage at the moment, but basically setting that framework for the future to really innovate the whole human resource process is something I'll take forward in my career in human resources. So two most interesting projects I actually worked on with Varley. First and foremost, I got to design a manager induction framework, working with N.S.W. from HR. So essentially there's an end-to-end framework for new managers coming through to introduce them in an online format to all the processes and procedures that Varley has in place for the managers Australia-wide. Also secondly, I was really interested in working in the manager competency modules with PA from business development. So the whole crux of that was basically matching up skills and attributes that employees have at Varley with the projects or teams that might be working on. Typical day at Varley was quite dynamic, particularly where I was placed in the office. I was encouraged to liaise with a number of different employees from different departments. First and foremost, generally I would liaise with my manager from Human Resources, N.S.W., who would outline a number of tasks for me and research-based projects of the day, such as looking at how we can innovate the recruitment and workflow process modelling for the company. Also, where I was positioned in the office, I also got to liaise with work health and safety, IT, and different departments, really kind of getting an understanding of the projects that they were working on and where I could help out. Really thrived on the idea of undertaking business research and formulating business proposals for them, really driving productivity in the organisation and seeing where we can improve it. My work placement at Varley has been absolutely invaluable for both my personal and professional development, particularly as I'm pursuing a career as a human resource practitioner. The whole idea of end-to-end employee management, from recruitment, advertising, onboarding, employee engagement, performance reviews, all those kind of day-to-day aspects that human resource management might undertake that I previously wasn't aware of, I think will be absolutely invaluable to take forward into my professional career. Super inclusive of basically everything that I was involved in. So when I first sat down at my desk, everyone introduced themselves to me. They really made me feel part of the team. And I think because I felt so much part of the team, I was more willing to ask for work and undertake research for them and really see how I could help the organisation.
Alex for allowing us to show your video. What an excellent artefact Alex now has for his e-portfolio to take with him into the future. So I'll now ask the Vice-Chancellor to resume duties.
Work experience.
You're doing okay. To provide will and employability activities for our students, the University of Newcastle collaborates with business, industry, government and community organisations, from small businesses to large enterprises, not-for-profit and for-profit organisations. To commemorate the importance of our partnerships and acknowledge the support of our partners, the University has established 3 industry awards. The On-Campus Employer of the Year, the Employer of the Year Startup or Small to Medium Enterprise, and the Employer of the Year Large Enterprise. So let's start with the recipient of the On-Campus Employer of the Year Award. And this year it is Student Central's Student Advice and Hubs team. Nominated by Nicola Evans, the Student Advice and Hubs team supports students through their commitment to providing not only a significant number of on-campus jobs for students, but also a quality experience through the recruitment process to enhance the graduate employability of our students. So the recipient of the Employer of the Year Startup or Small to Medium Enterprise is Newcastle Airport. Nominated by Deborah Greentree, in 2017 Newcastle Airport launched an exclusive graduate programme in partnership with the University of Newcastle. This 18-month programme will initially provide UON graduates with employment in the areas of corporate affairs, projects and facilities and finance. In addition to working in these specialised areas, the graduates will also work collaboratively on a business-specific joint project. Nominated by... ahead of myself and getting excited. Nominated by Dr. Brock Glenn, Dean of the Central Coast, the Employer of the Year Large Enterprise Award is jointly won by our 3 government partners in the Global Scope programme at the Central Coast campus. And I had an opportunity to speak with the students on that programme, and it was a real delight. They were very inspirational, and so great thanks to the government partners for enabling us to provide that programme. So the winners are Regional Development Australia Central Coast, New South Wales Police, and the Central Coast Local Health District. So over the winter break at the UON Central Coast, a new interdisciplinary employability programme developed by Interceptive called Global Scope was piloted. With guidance of the 3 Central Coast-based government bodies, 4 teams of students acted as management consultants to address a real business need while being mentored by the industry partners. The projects included investigating ways to deter youth and shop crime for the New South Wales Police in Long Jetty and the Peninsula, proposing farm-to-plate initiatives for regional development Australia Central Coast, and encouraging the uptake of private healthcare in public hospitals for Central Coast Local Health District. Having a little intermission. A few photos taken.
Can I take the next one up, please?
Here we are.
Excellent. Much awesome. Good.
Better do this one well. And now it's my great pleasure to welcome one of our industry partners and recipient of the Employer of the Year Startup or Small to Medium Enterprise, Melissa Rowe, People and Organisational Excellence Manager with Newcastle Airport, to provide an employer its perspective on collaboration and engagement. Welcome.
It is a great honour to be here this evening to deliver the employee's address, and also for Newcastle Airport to be recognised among some of the leading business, industry, government and community organisations in the Hunter region that work closely with the university, its students and its graduates. Our close association with the university is relatively new, so it gives me great pleasure to attend today's ceremony and celebrate the wonderful work the University of Newcastle does to create career-ready graduates and foster links between future leaders and our industry, and the industry, sorry. I've enjoyed meeting some of the many representatives from a range of businesses tonight. Your commitment to fostering young talent and providing an opportunity for them to flourish within our region is a testament to the calibre of organisations we have here in the Hunter. It is also a clear demonstration that we are working together to strengthen our region. Investment in programs such as the University of Newcastle's work integrated learning initiatives and graduate partnerships really does harness the productive resources for the greater good of the region. It is our hope that Newcastle Airport's graduate program in partnership with the university is a long and successful one. As a local business, we take our role in helping future-proof the region seriously. For us, this means investing in talent, infrastructure, and outcomes that grow opportunities for the region. Newcastle Airport is committed to engaging with the local community. In fact, it is one of our core values and feeds into the many decisions to do the things that we do. One of the ways we have identified to give back and invest in the region was to do so through a program that would enrich local students, particularly those recently graduating from Newcastle, the University of Newcastle. The graduate program was born of a desire to see the skills and talent of some of the brightest young minds retained in the region. It was also the employability of University of Newcastle graduates that attracted us to this institution. We saw the value in engaging with the world-class university in our very own backyard. Earlier this year, when we approached the university for guidance on how best to facilitate our program, we were met with open arms and support from both professional and academic staff. This resulted in a rewarding collaboration. Our graduate program provides an opportunity for University of Newcastle graduates to develop and implement their recently learned skills with three facets of our business, those being marketing and communications, projects and facilities management, and corporate services. Newcastle Airport is a small business with a big brand. We offer large-scale services to the region. We have a complex operating environment and an ambitious growth strategy, all of which make us a fantastic place to start your career. I also think that our location, with the roar of the RAF jets taking off on their training missions, and being able to see people's excitement as they arrive or depart for either business or pleasure, provides a pretty exciting vibe. Newcastle Airport, like many other businesses, has strategic plans that drive our actions, and all the key business units to support our daily operations. Some of the key items that we have delivered recently include over $20 million in infrastructure projects, such as the terminal redevelopment and the international facilities upgrade. We were eager to incorporate a graduate program into our business landscape. The opportunities we have developed provide our graduates with prospects to be a part of and evolve a number of exciting initiatives. Some of these include the continuation of our Go Smarter marketing campaign, the development of a defence and aviation precinct alongside the airport, expansion plans including the acquisition of new land, implementation of our 20-year master plan, which is being launched next year. This will see all parts of the airport grow and change as we accommodate future growth. Finally, we're also working hard to secure international routes and increase domestic connectivity. Newcastle Airport takes very seriously the ongoing professional development of all of its staff. We are so excited to be able to work with some of the homegrown future leaders and help them start their careers and also learn from them too. Graduates will be given access to mentoring, training, support and delivery of key projects that they will each own. The aim being that by the end of the program, graduates will be well equipped to enter into professional business roles. For us, at Newcastle Airport, we place a high importance on the value of collaboration. It's that old saying, but a good one. Two heads are better than one. We are only too happy to be able to partner with a university that is known for creating career-ready graduates. The feedback we have received from students during the graduate recruitment process has been extremely positive, and it is great to see how much enthusiasm there is for our organisation. So often we see the brightest stars leave the region. We want to assist students to reach their full potential at home here in the Hunter. I'm sure I speak for all employers here that actively engage with the university to attract graduates when I say that the best investment a business can make is the one you make when you invest in and nurture enthusiastic, motivated and committed talent. Thank you.
It's through working in collaboration with industry and the dedication of our academic and professional staff that the University of Newcastle is able to provide employability and will-based programs across a broad range of degree programs and to a large number of students. I therefore acknowledge the effort and innovation occurring across the university in relation to will and employability and thank all of the staff for their commitment. The joint recipients of the Staff Employability Initiative of the Year Award is Tareka, Chatfield and Nickerson from the Office of the Pro-Vice-Chancellor for Indigenous Education and Research. Tareka and Lucas were nominated as part of the Indigenous Cadet Success Team, who successfully linked 6 Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders tertiary students into a cadetship arrangement involving full-time study and negotiated work placements within the University of Newcastle employment environment. So to the Work Integrated Learning Staff Member of the Year Award, this has been awarded since 2010 at the University of Newcastle, but the 2017 recipient is Dr. Anne Hardy from the University Library in the Academic Division.
Yay!
Dr. Hardy has coordinated and hosted over 15 will placements in the Woolatuka Institute and the Faculty of Education and Arts, including classics, history, sociology, museology, creative industries students during 2016 and 2017. Dr. Hardy assisted in the establishment of the GLAMEX Living Histories Digitisation Lab, including a 3D Aboriginal artefact scanning and conservation lab, an audiovisual film digitisation lab, and virtual reality space for deep time immersive teaching tool, further enhancing will opportunities in the various components of the Deep Time project. Congratulations. We have a final presentation. Tonight is the highly commended Will Staff Member of the Year. The recipient is Dr. Paul Stolk from the Faculty of Business and Law. Stolk is the course coordinator for the new Will Industry Placement course in the Newcastle Business School. In only its first 18 months, Dr. Stolk has facilitated and overseen 28 student placements with over 20 external organisations, providing guidance and support to students whilst they step outside their comfort zone and develop their employability skills. Congratulations to all the successful student and staff award recipients tonight and our industry partners. In particular, congratulations to our external industry awardees, Newcastle Airport, Regional Development Australia Central Coast, New South Wales Police and the Central Coast Local Health District. Thank you for your contribution to the University of Newcastle and its students. We also extend our appreciation to all of our industry partners here tonight and those that can't be here this evening for your ongoing support and professional development of our students. Thank you in particular to our employee representative speaker, Melissa Rowe, from Newcastle Airport, for sharing your insights into the industry perspective on industry engagement and employability. Also to Mr. Bob Hawes as our external representative on the Industry and Employability Awards Selection Committee. We appreciate your time, as we've seen from all the hard work that obviously has gone into that, and the energy that you've given in reviewing the nominations and your particular insights into what industry and business value is in relation to employability. So thank you very much. So it leads me to thank everyone for coming this evening. The formal proceedings are now finalised. We're hoping that you're going to share some of the food and refreshments that we have, and also enjoy the sounds of our UON Conservatorium of Music students Sophie Ackett and Jonah Burgess in Bravo Victor. I believe Sophie was recently awarded a Create New South Wales 2017-18 Young Regional Artist Scholarship Grant of $10,000 to develop her songwriting skills in the UK and Europe. She was the only musician in New South Wales to be awarded the grant this year. So congratulations to Sophie, and we look forward to your future achievements. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you again for attending the Industry and Employability Awards ceremony, and good night from me.
Congratulations. You for making him. So, you for making him, and you for making her.